This one's monumental.
What's the unboxing? What'd it be? Well, I don't know. Shut up and see.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I am unboxing the numbered edition of Schindler's Ark. This is a bittersweet moment for me in my collecting journey because this means I only have one more Suntup pre-order outstanding, and that is the classic edition of Boy's Life. I'm really looking forward to that one, but that's it. That is all I have on pre-order from Suntup at the moment. I have a feeling things will change, and maybe in April there will be another Suntup pre-order that I can look forward to. But this has been a wonderfully long journey that I don't want to end. Hopefully I can pick back up later on down the line. But for now, I'm just going to have to enjoy this book. So this is Schindler's Ark. And real quick, I'll tell you my World War II story. Obviously, I'm old, but not that old. But my grandfather, whose parents emigrated here to the States from Germany, fought in World War II, and he was actually captured by the Nazis and was in a prisoner camp. He was a prisoner of war. He had the tattoo on his forearm that he tattooed his initials over it, but there was a number there. And he was taunted by the German soldiers because he had a good German last name. They would taunt him. They'd say, "What are you doing fighting for the Allies?" and all this stuff. But his camp was liberated when the Americans rolled in and defeated the Germans and liberated his camp. And then he came home, and he actually took a stein on his way out the door, and you could see it gives you chills. You look at this stein, this mug, and it's more of a coffee mug than a stein, but you look on the bottom and there's this swastika. Gives you chills to see it. And he told us that, well, he told my uncle and said that he was on his way out of the camp. He took it. He goes, all the bastards that drank from that mug were dead. That's just at least family lore, but it's something of the very few things we have of that time in my grandfather's life. So it was a barbaric, horrific, unbelievable time in world history. You just can't imagine something like that could happen on the scale that it happened. And yet here we are, 2024, and we're hearing people call for the extermination of Jews again. It it just boggles the mind. It really does. I don't, as a kid growing up in history classes and learning all about racism and anti-Semitism and all these horrible things that people used to do to people, and we have it written down. We have it accessible to tell the next generation what not to do, what we can't let happen again. And yet people are surrounded every day with these echoes of racism and anti-Semitism all the time. It's frightening how a lot of it has been legitimized and approved. So those are my thoughts as I get into this book and this subject and all the things it evokes. And I think this is an important, monumental work for Paul Suntup to produce, to put on people's shelves in a high-end, long-lived collectible edition. These are the kinds of books that deserve the fine press treatment. Now, I will admit, I've never read Schindler's Ark. I've never seen Schindler's List. It's sort of the same thing that got me not to watch The Godfather. When everybody's watching a movie and recommending a movie, I stay away from it. It's just, I'm not proud of that. I'm not bragging. I'm not saying how countercultural I am. I'm just saying that it's how I'm wired. I did see Saving Private Ryan. Did see that one. That's a brilliant movie. But I do plan on reading this copy in the most beautiful, elegant production of it. Let's get to it. Let's look at it. Let's look at the beautiful book. Here it is. This is it. This is it. It's a big thing of foam. Now, the artist edition has been out for a while. I didn't pick that up. So this is a bookmark that you would have seen had you gotten the artist edition, which has been out, and that I believe is available as of this filming. You can buy that and get a very similar experience as to what I'm about to share with you. But you'll also get the dust jacket art, which this copy doesn't have dust jacket. This copy doesn't have dust jacket. So here is the tray case. Very stark. It gives you chills to think of the content of the book and that it's based on something very real and very horrific. True world horror. And this is a beautiful tray case. This is beautiful. It's very elegant. Schindler's Ark. Paul did a broadside with this as well. That was elegant and beautiful, and that sold out with a quickness. Probably can't find it anywhere, but all right. Well, here's the presentation. I got a peek. I'm sorry, I got a peek. I didn't share it with you. I got to look at it, but here we are. Here's the tray case. Oh, look at that, the Star of David. Beautiful. I love the tray case design that Paul's been using. He did this with The Godfather. He did this with the Magica. I believe Handmaid's Tale. I'm not 100% on that, though. But it just folds out that little extra. I love that. Instead of staying solid like that, it feels very limiting. I like that. Just a personal note. So this is full Japanese cloth with this inset Star of David on the board. You got to sniff it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful book. So these are letterpress printed end sheets. The whole book is printed letterpress. Beautiful paper. Look at that. I remember when I first got, I believe it was Horns, was my second numbered edition from Suntup. And in that edition, they also employed this glue down technique to the frontispiece that's traditional in fine press, where not every corner is glued down. So it kind of took me aback. I was taken aback when I saw that in Horns. I'm like, oh, this one's not done. This one's not done baking, because look, it's not down. But since learned that is standard in some fine press titles. And a lot of my journey since then has been an education in fine press and high-end editions. So there's the front. And again, all the pieces are done that way. I did not realize that. That's awesome. That was also like Rosemary's Baby, I believe, had that same technique. So yeah, this book, when you hold this book, when you look through it and you see these pieces. Now, this reminds me of Schindler's List, the movie, the Steven Spielberg movie. It's in black and white, but there's one scene where there's a little girl, and there's the only red in the movie. The only color in the movie is red attached to this little girl. Now, again, like I said, I haven't seen that movie, so I haven't studied it. I can't speak to it, but I do know that part of it. I don't know what it represents. This could be your homework. You could go like down a rabbit hole now and look that up. Like, what did the splash of color in Schindler's List represent? So it looks like the artist here is also employing that nod. Here we are. But when you flip through this book, you just can't help but be a little more somber, a little more subdued, and reverential, if that's the right word. Here's my number 23. Beautiful, beautiful book. I mean, and again, uh, a mournful thing, but something you can't let expire in the human consciousness. We have to keep, you have to keep remembering these things, not like living in the past, but preventing in the future. Like this, these are the lessons that so many people died for us to learn. Beautiful art. I didn't appreciate the art when, oh, that's gorgeous. This is a magnificent production. Like it is, oh, stark. Look at that. It's a list of people that were set to be exterminated. Human beings, just because of what they were. Man, it's some heavy duty stuff. I am honored, privileged to have this title on my shelf. A gem in my collection for a very different reason than other books on my shelf, you know? Has a gravity to it. And I think Paul did this one exceptionally well. So happy to share it with you. I'm going to be putting it in the tray case. I'll take some pictures for you. You could check it out. I would recommend going to get the artist edition. Of course, you're not going to get the same treatment. You're not getting, I don't believe you're getting letterpress or the way the art is just tipped in or glued in like that. But you're getting the art and you're getting the love of the book. And it's still available. So go scoop that up. And in the meantime, I will be shelving this and just sitting in awe the way we should. I promise to get back to my puppy dog jovial self later on when I'm not unboxing books of this weight and enjoying the rest of the reading book culture with you. And I'm glad you joined me this time. I hope to see you again next time. And in the meantime, stay frosty.